Dear brothers and sisters, it's wonderful to have all of you here. And as we gather here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, we need to think about life and understand how we do look at life and what really life is all about. As human beings, we always like to be in a state that we've been in. So change is very difficult for us to be a part of. When we live in a household, we just feel we should live there. When we have a job, we feel we should always be in the same job. And generally, we are looking at the way we live and we don't expect it to change. When we start to look at what we think about life, most of us think of this outer world in which we live as being our real home. And so, since we think of this outer world as being where we find ourselves, where we think we should be, everything about this world seems very, very real to us. And life just keeps on going. Everything looks real. As a child, we grow up and we go to school, we explore things, we meet a lot of people. Along the way, we have friends, we definitely have relatives, and even as we start work, we interact with people. And we start to realize that things are not that permanent, things keep on changing. And so, as we pass through life, we try our very best to think and feel as if everything that we experience, and what we experience is generally through our physical senses, has to be true and has to be the way it is. And so most of us just lead a life just being focused on all the impulses that come to us through our physical senses. Now, as those impulses come in, we react to them. And as we react to them, we find that our reactions are always such which make us feel better. We try to keep ourselves happier. We try to do those things which are beneficial to us. And many times we don't care as much as to the effects of what we say or what we do on others. And so our life is just lived in that manner where it seems like everything that we are passing through should be happening to our benefit. But as we age, we start to realize that things don't work like that. All of our expectations are not met. And then we start to get distraught. As a small child, most of the expectations of the children are met. If they want to get a toy, they know that if they create a big enough racket, their parents will let them have it. So as we grow as a child, we are used to getting what we want. If we've seen some toy on TV, or we find that some of our friends have something and we want to get it, chances are that our parents let us have it. And so as life goes by, we're used to having all of our desires fulfilled. But as we grow, we start to realize that it is not necessary that all of our desires will get fulfilled. because many things happen in life which turn out to be contrary to what we expect them to be. And those are the times that one starts to wonder as to why those things happen. And we start to wonder as to how should one lead this life to be perpetually happy. To us, it seems like amassing wealth, objects of this world, having good relationships with others, because that's a part of life, emotional part of our life, being intellectually more knowledgeable, because the more our intellect grows, the better job opportunities we have. And so we feel like these are important aspects as we're leading our lives. But then, even though we might amass a lot of wealth, we might keep our relationships at very good levels, or maybe harmonious, and we can have our job situation or work environment be really good, we still realize that it's not that we are going to be happy at all times. Things happen. Our close ones physically pass away. Our friends at school generally go to different colleges than we did, so they're away. Our friends at college maybe get jobs in different parts of the country or different parts of the world. And so we find that those that we are close to, those that we thought will give us happiness and joy, slowly are not there. And so how does one lead a life which, quote unquote, is the perfect way of living? So I'd like to take a verse written by Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj about how should one lead one's life, so that our life would be written in golden letters, so that our life would be lived perfectly. And this one really explains how, if we want to lead our life perfectly, how should we be living? So in this verse, Sant Rajinder Singh Maharaj is saying, he says, लिखेगी आबे ज़र से जिंदगी कल तेरा अफसाना. लिखेगी आबे ज़र से जिंदगी कल तेरा अफसाना. गुजर भी जा जहाने रंगे बू से बेनियाजाना. गुजर भी जा जहाने रंगे बू से बेनियाजाना. And so when we translate this into English, it is, your life story will be written with golden ink tomorrow. Your life story will be written with golden ink tomorrow. Be detached and pass through the colors and fragrances of this world. So to understand this verse, we need to understand the second line first, and then we will reach to how our life would be written in golden letters. So Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj here is telling us how should we lead a life, so that when we are done with our life and someone's going to write about our life, that it would be lived in the best possible manner that we can live. That would be written in golden letters, meaning like the highest way in which we can live our lives. And so he's saying, be detached and pass through the colors and fragrances of this world. So Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj is telling us that this world has many beautiful objects. It has many colors. It has many fragrances. It has many attractions which we get involved in. Attractions could come at the physical level, could come at the mental level, could come at the emotional level. Okay? We maybe want to have a physical body be perfected, and so our time and energy goes into making the physical body physically fit. Yeah. we might want to be fine-tuning our intellect. So we spend lots of time in being knowledgeable about this world because we want our knowledge to have like high IQ, so that we get more intelligent, so that we are more successful, quote unquote, successful in this world. We also might want our emotional quotient to be high, so that our relationships are all good. And so these are all the attractions of this world. Because if our relationship with others are better, they're more harmonious, we just feel good in the being. So Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj is saying that pass through the colors and fragrances of this world. That there will be many, many attractions which are going to pull us in the direction of this world. The world has much to give us. And this is why, if we live in one part of the world, we want to go to other parts of the world to find out what life is there like. If we live in one culture, we want to understand the cultures of others. Or nowadays in all the big cities, people from all over the world come and live there. And so we have opportunities to find out about other things, because that looks good to us. There are people who get sick of the concrete, and they then want to go in the forest and spend some time camping, and so you're away from all the hustle and bustle of the big cities. Okay? Because to them that's attractive. And so there are many, many things. We want more knowledge about, when we look at the sky and look at the stars at night, or we look at the sun during the day and the moon at night too. We hear about there are other planets out there. We maybe want to explore that, and so we spend a lot of time studying about the solar system and be able to learn more about how these planets are working and what's going on there. Human beings have now sent, people and all kinds of rovers to explore all these different planets too. And so, as human beings, we have all these attractions in this physical world. And so Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj is calling them the colors and the fragrances of this world. So he's using these two words because the colors give us beauty. If everything is the same, then there's no beauty to it. Okay? But if you have some of this color and some of that color and some of that color, and you mix two colors and get a third color, which is great, and then it's getting more and more beautiful. And this is why the sunrises and the sunsets are considered to be some of the most beautiful sights, because you see so many hues of colors that you've never seen before. Even nowadays, with the clouds coming in and the sun, let's say, falling somewhere on the clouds, and we look up in the sky, you see beautiful array of colors, the pinks and the oranges and the grays and all kinds of shades of color which you've never seen before. And then it's so beautiful, and so one gets engrossed in all of that. So the colors go with beauty. And so here Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj is talking about the beauty of this physical world. That there are many attractions in which we get involved with because we feel good about it. And then he says, colors and fragrances. We always want to be in an area which is more fragrant, the fragrance that smells sweet to us. Someone might like roses, someone might like something else. But no one wants to go to like a dump yard unless you work there. I mean, if the smell is not good, if the fragrance is not good, you don't want to be in the area. You want to be far away from there. So the word colors and fragrances are used for attractions of this world. Those areas which we want to be in, which we feel give us happiness and joy. And so Sant Darshan Singh Ji Maharaj is saying, be detached and pass through the colors and fragrance of this world. So this is very interesting to understand. The spiritual path that we're on is not telling us to negate life. It's not saying, okay, leave the fragrances and the colors of the world. It's not saying that. It's not saying you leave them. It's not saying you leave the physical and you go someplace away from the physical, maybe where you have no internet, God forbid. No smartphones. I have a tough time there then. No? Our passion is not saying that we do that. Okay? It's saying there are bound to be colors and fragrances of this world. There are bound to be attractions of this world. But while you live with them, don't be attached to them. That's the key of life. It's not saying that you don't have anything. It's a big difference. Yeah. If you have the means, you've worked hard to get the means, so you got them through hereditary or whatever legal, lawful manner. Yeah. Don't be attached to it. Yeah. And so the key is to live in whatever environment we find ourselves in, but not let the environment pull us towards itself. Now, if you're not going to get pulled in the environment, then where are you going to get pulled? That's the question. You have to be pulled someplace to be happy. Can't live in a vacuum. If you're not pulled here to the physical body and not pulled to the emotions and you're not pulled to the intellect, where do we get pulled? And that is the key to have our life be written in golden letters. It's to get to the reality of this life. And the reality of this life is that all of our physical body and our intellect and our emotions are getting power from our soul. It's the soul that gives us life, physical life. As long as this soul is in the human frame, this human body works. As soon as the soul leaves the body for good, the body becomes useless. Everyone knows that. That's why the body is put back into matter from where it came. Whether you cremate it, whether you bury it, the body which is made of matter is put back into matter. So it's the soul which gives it life, and it's that soul that we need to attach ourselves to. When the physical body comes to its end, that's not the end of our life. Our soul lives on. So the saints say that while we are alive and we have the human existence for our soul, that existence, which is the roof and crown of all creation, which is highest in all the forms, physical forms that God has created. Because God has given us this opportunity to know ourselves and to be one with God, so we can experience our soul. So they say, let us not wait till death to be able to know about our real self, to know about God, to be able to be closer to God. Let us use the time that we have in this physical existence to be able to experience our soul, to experience the realities of our existence. They tell us that here, between and behind the two eyebrows, is a single eye or a third eye. Okay? And we can focus our attention there, and we can bring the sensory currents. These are currents which take our attention, which is the outer expression of our soul, and through the sensory currents, our attention going out in the world. They say we should bring our attention within ourselves, collect it at the seat of the soul, and then with help and guidance, we will be able to experience realms which are spiritual, realms which are occurring concurrently with this physical realm of ours, realms that we can experience as we take our attention away from the physical world and focus it into those realms. Now, those realms are all within ourselves. And so it's a question of where is our focus. And so the techniques of moving our focus are called meditative techniques. Meditation is nothing but moving our attention from the world outside to the world's inside, to the spiritual worlds, taking attention from the physical world to the spiritual worlds. Just like when our attention is in the physical world, we become knowledgeable about the physical world. But that's a dream. That's going to end. This physical life is not there forever. So if we take our attention away from the physical world and focus it on the spiritual worlds, they are there for all times to come. Our soul can experience itself and then be able to soar into the spiritual regions till it reaches such kind of region of all truth, so that we can find a oneness with God. So having the human body is this opportunity to know ourselves and to know God. And so Sant Rajinder Singh Ji Maharaj is saying, for us to be able to lead our life in the best possible manner, let us be attached to God. Actually, our soul is a part of God. Okay? So when our attention is going in the direction of our soul, when our attention is going to the spiritual arena, then our soul will be gravitating closer and closer to God. God is not far away, God is within each and every one of us. We just need to invert. And as Sant Rajinder Singh Ji Maharaj has said in another one of his verses, he says, मिलेगा रूह को परवाज दे के देख जरा करीब है उसे आवाज दे के देख जरा. He's saying, you will surely find God. God is closer to you than your jugular vein. Actually, God is within you. Our soul is within us, God is within us. It's the mind which puts a barrier. So, as we meditate, we are able to still the mind, so the barrier is gone, and we are able to connect with the Creator. And then those who connect with the Creator are fulfilling the purpose for which we've come into this world. None of us is here without a purpose. Yeah. And the purpose is one and the same for each and every one of us. Let's say they have a horse race, okay? So they get one horse from Europe, another horse from America, another horse from third place, some from another town, some from another town. They put them all there, right? And their purpose is what? To run the race. Get to the goal as quickly as you can. Same thing with us. Some of us are born in America, some in India, some in Africa, some in Europe, some in Australia. But we all have the same goal, and our goal is to be one with God. All human beings have a birthright to know God. And so we need to make use of that. So Sant Rajinder Singh Ji Maharaj is saying that if you're detached from the world outside, be detached and pass through colors and fragrances of this world. So when you lead your life, don't be attached to the outside world. Use whatever you need to use. There's no problem doing that. You don't have to leave everything and go somewhere, be aloof and just stay by yourself. You can be in the environment that you find yourself in. But don't be attached to that environment. Be attached to God. Do your meditations, do your spiritual practices, and then your life story will be written with golden ink tomorrow. Then you would have fulfilled the purpose for which you are alive. We all have the same purpose. We all need to find a oneness with God. If we don't do it, then our soul could transmigrate from one existence to another, to another, to another. So getting a human birth is like a golden opportunity to get off the wheel of transmigration. So Sant Rajinder Singh Ji Maharaj is telling us that we have been given that opportunity. God picked us out of the billions and billions and billions of souls, and gave us a human birth, that we should make good use of this opportunity. And that would be done if we connect with our soul, if we experience our soul, if we go on the spiritual journey, we experience the realms after realms of spirituality which are within ourselves, so that we can soar back on the divine current of light and sound of God and be one with God. So it's giving us the blueprint of how we can lead a life which will fulfill the very purpose for which we've come to this world. So let us meditate for a few minutes. That's the key. That's the reality. That's what makes us experience of ourselves as we are. Please sit as comfortably as you can. Close your eyes very gently, just like you close them when you go to sleep. Your eyeballs should be straight, focused 8 to 10 inches in front of you. And as you close your eyes, those of you who have been initiated in the mysteries of the beyond, please do a Simran. And those of you who are new here, please repeat any name of God that you feel comfortable with. This repetition of God's name should be done mentally and not out loud. I pray to God Almighty to help each and every one of us connect with the divine power within and to experience the divine light of God within ourselves. So we'll be sitting for a few minutes. I'll be getting out of this meditative state, and my best wishes are with each and every one of you. Please leave off.